Hi guys, my name's Barry and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to my Conjuring universe reviews, and today we're going to be looking at The Nun from 2018, and the very reason that we're doing this universe this couple of months, this couple of weeks, is because The Nun 2 is coming out in September. The Nun itself was probably my most anticipated movie in the Conjuring universe, simply because The Nun was a fantastic addition to the Conjuring universe in The Conjuring 2, and because of the success of Annabelle, I was really looking forward to the next spin-off, The Nun. In this movie, we go back to 1952, just a few years before Annabelle creation, before the year that was set. I know that the beginning of Annabelle creation was around about 1943, but the most of the movie took place in 1955. So this one was set 3 years prior in 1952. Now, like I said, I was really excited to see Valak in her own movie because of how great she was in The Conjuring 2. And seeing the trailers for the films, I thought this looks really good. It looks decent. It looks like it's got some good scares in it. You've got Vera Farmiga's sister in it as well, Tessa Farmiga. And I thought, okay, they're keeping it in the family, which is fantastic. Maybe down the line we'll find out that she's related to the Warrens in some way. I know that would be fictional, but it is a fictional franchise after all. Turns out that wasn't the case, of course. But when I saw the movie, I was absolutely disappointed to no end, because it took everything that was great about the Conjuring universe movies, all the best parts, and completely flipped them. Now, I know we sometimes like jump scares, which is fine. I know we like to be scared as well, which is great. But in this one, they went way over the top, and I don't think they even realised how much over the top that they went. They didn't give us any build-up scares that had any good payoff whatsoever. They just gave us jump scare after jump scare after jump scare. And I have said it before in this universe reviews that I don't like just stupid jump scares in movies, and I hoped that wouldn't happen in this universe that was built up. I know that there's some mediocre films in the franchise so far to this point, but they still had some really good payoffs in the jump scare department. But this one was not only mediocre, the jump scares were terrible, so there was no payoff whatsoever. The movie wasn't scary. You just got a jump because that's what the movie intended for you to do. Just jump. Because of the constant barrage of jump scares, I felt like the film didn't get a chance to breathe. It didn't even have a proper structure to it. It was just, here's a scene, the end of this scene is going to be a jump scare, and it's going to cut to the next scene, and we're going to get another jump scare, and it just happens all the way through it, to the point where I just wasn't interested in the story of Valak. I wasn't interested in the characters. The characters were minute. They were nothing to me. I didn't care for them. I didn't even care for Tessa Farmiga's character. Nobody in this movie I could get behind. There was maybe one scene in this film that was kind of creepy, and that was the graveyard scene outside the church place. But apart from that, no, didn't like it. You'd think where they set the film in this old Romanian church-style place that they would have enough material to give us some really good scenes in the film. If you didn't have the story, you didn't have the story, but what you did have was the location. You had the setting to make it so creepy, and they decided not to do that. And I know I keep going over old ground here, guys, but I'm really disappointed because they had the villain. We had a bit of a backstory with Valak in The Conjuring 2. We had a small bit of her in Annabelle creation. So you had the tools there to give us something. It doesn't have to be amazing. It didn't have to outshine The Conjuring. All I had to do was do something similar to what the previous movies did, and they just couldn't do any of it. Sadly though, guys, I think it's due to the poor writing and the poor direction, and I'm sorry for whoever directed this movie, whoever wrote this movie. It just wasn't good enough. I hope that it does what Annabelle's done. Annabelle, in its first movie, to most people, wasn't great. It was okay at best. And I think The Nun is not a terrible film. It's okay at best. But I'm hoping that they do an Annabelle where they do something completely different. They know what they've done wrong. They learn from the mistakes, hopefully, and they do something great. Now, I saw the trailer for for The Nun 2, and I don't hold out any hope because that just looks just as bad and mediocre as the first movie and as generic as the first movie. But I'm hoping that they prove us wrong, and it's great, it's fantastic, and it completely outdoes the first movie and the Nun spin-off franchise. But I don't hold out any hope because the Nun was atrocious, to be honest. And I don't like saying that about films, especially horror movies, but I have to be honest. If something's good, I'm going to say it's good. If something's bad, I'll say it's bad. If something's atrocious, I'm going to have to say it, guys. The Nun was absolutely atrocious. Something quite funny was when I rewatched the movie for this review, it was the one movie in the franchise that I did forget a lot of things that happened in the movie. That's how forgettable this movie is. And even recording it now, there's some things I've completely forgotten already because it is such a forgettable movie that I just don't really want to watch it again. And I had to watch it for the lead up to The Nun 2, and that's just what happens. But anyway, guys, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think of The Nun. Not everyone hates The Nun. Not everyone thinks it's an atrocious movie like I do, but I'd like to know your thoughts and opinions. Leave those down below, guys. Let me know if you did like it, then let me know why you liked it. If you didn't like it, let me know why you didn't like it as well, because your opinions might be different from mine, and that's absolutely okay. But anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching again. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
I'll be right back.
What are you waiting for, huh?
Coming to get you, Barbara.
Ever played in the cat?
Someone's in the back!